Hi guys, this is Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to a channel update for what's going to happen now and the early part of 2015. So I just wanted to apologise really quickly for the lack of videos. I noticed that things have dropped off a bit lately. Few reasons for that. One, the Dover Athletic Series, which has been my big one, has lost a bit of momentum recently because I know that as of 2 days' time from when you'll be watching this on the 7th of November, FM 2015 is coming out, and as feedback has shown, it's probably not worth me putting the time into an old game. So you will have just watched a wrap-up video of that series, and we will be no doubt continuing it at some point in 2015. So yeah, apologies for that, but again, things are slowed up with that. There wasn't any point in sticking loads of time into it, I don't think. And I've had a few days off of work, which I wanted to enjoy because I won't have any real time off now until we get into the Christmas and New Year period, and that's going to be pretty mental. So a few days of just properly chilling out and playing some games without having to worry about recording stuff. So that's what's happened to me. Also, as of the 1st of December, so about 3 weeks' time, I'm moving back to my parents' place, which means, in the nicest possible way to my girlfriend, that I might end up getting a little bit more time to myself. That's quite an important thing for me. Just over 9 months ago, I met a girl and she became my girlfriend, and we're looking at mortgages and buying a house together and talking about the future and all that good stuff, which is great. I've no complaints whatsoever, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest. But it does mean that the time in the evenings after work where I might spend recording videos is usually taken up, as is a big chunk of my weekends. So that's a big reason for why my uploading schedule is a little bit sporadic, and when I get the odd day off in the week or weekend when she's working, I'll throw up a big batch of videos or record them and spread them out throughout the week to try and keep it ticking. But I realise that doesn't always happen. So with us being a little further away from each other than we have been, there may be a few more free evenings when I can record stuff, and yeah, hopefully, because I've got big plans for FM 2015, that will be a good thing. So, planned series for FM 2015. I'm going to continue the Dover Athletic series, and I'm going to go with that. I'd like to run an Everton series because exciting times for Everton. They've got Romelu Lukaku and one of my favourite players of all time that's still playing the game, Samuel Eto'o, has signed. And I would like to run with that. Everton series, I've done them before in various outings of Football Manager, and they're not the most entertaining to watch, to be honest. Everton have found their sort of point, which is on the edges of European football, and they haven't got the money to really bring in players to push you much above that. And then if you can potentially get the money together from sales of players to sign them, trying to meet their wage budgets or even get them to come to the club is a little bit tough. So you tend to hit your ceiling with Everton very early on, but with Eto'o in the fray, I would very much like to at least have a run at that for a couple of seasons. Also, something that probably won't be like an every game one like the Dover Athletic series, but maybe a game once every 4 or 5, and I'll probably only run it for a season, is how I saved Manchester United. I think if I had 150, 200 million like has been spent in the summer, I could do quite a bit with Manchester United. So I'm going to have a stab at that, see how far I can get them, the moves I make in the transfer window, etc., etc., and see if I can do a little better job, or a bit of a better job, sorry. Great English there. I might be able to do a bit better than Louis van Gaal has so far. So that's my plan with that. And the big series, though, the one I want to focus most of my energy on, is to go to my boyhood club of Gillingham. I used to be a season ticket holder before work and having to work Saturdays, etc. I started going from the age of about 6 or 7. When I was standing in the old wooden stand with my dad when we were in Division 3, the old Division 3, and then watching bounce up and down and back up to League One again. So that's going to be my favourite series. And yes, of course, success in trying to get promotion is going to be a vital one. But Chairman Paul Scally has never been a big spender by any stretch, so it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. And yes, well, I'm going to try and win as many games as I can. My main focus is to get us back to the days when I was watching us in the Championship, where we didn't have the best players necessarily, but we had a lot of great characters. One of my favourite players of all time, Mamadi Sidibe, who's finishing. Every time he had a shot, it pretty much ended up knocking over the corner flag. But he was big and gangly, sort of 6'2", 6'3". They'd put 2-3 defenders on him. He'd end up winning headers, and he'd end up sort of picking up the ball round about the halfway line and sort of taking people on Peter Crouch-esque style with his Bambi legs. Yeah, it was... he went down as one of my favourite players of all time. After that, not necessarily because of ability, but he was just a real character, and we had plenty of those in the Gillingham side during our Championship years. And I'd like to get back to that, a bit like we did in the Dover series, where we end up creating characters, really. At the moment, the Gillingham team, I've got no idea who's in there. They're all sort of faceless, nameless to me, which is a shame. And I haven't been up there enough times, so maybe I'm doing them a disservice. But I'd like to make that a really fun, enjoyable series. And even if we are getting thumped every week, then I'd like to get some entertainment out of it. And I'm hoping it's going to be one of those series that puts a big smile on my face every time I record stuff, regardless of the results. You probably noticed from my voice I was quite down when we're getting thumped 5-0 in the Dover series, so there won't be too much of that, hopefully. And yeah, with any luck, that will be a very enjoyable series for all, and hopefully you can join me on that and get behind it as much as you can, because I think that's going to be the main one that I end up running going into FM 2015. Also, going back to my parents, this is going to be quite an exciting one. They've got BT Infinity, which I couldn't get here at my flat, or the flat I was living in before, which basically means I can go back to live streaming. So I'm going to have a Twitch TV account set up, and I'm going to stream there and bring you some commentary for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. For a start, I don't think there's any other first-person shooters that's really worth talking about. But also, we can do series where I play. You know, I'll have an evening free, and I'll sit and I'll play games and live stream it to you. And then, for those of you that miss it, I can throw it up sort of on demand to YouTube quite easily. So I think that's going to be my plan there. So you're going to see more FPS commentary from me. Which is something I've always wanted to do. It was the main reason I set up the YouTube channel, actually, but time sort of got in the way. Even if you have a quick finishing one-map match, then it takes you a good 40-45 minutes to get through that. And a lot of them are best of three mappers at any kind of half-decent tournament, half-decent level. So you're talking 2.5-3 hours that you're committing just to commentate one of these things, and then the upload time. So it is a good 3 hours out of my my night. That's pretty much an evening gone by the time I get home from work and been to the gym, etc. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to bring you a little more of that going forward, and the details for the Twitch TV channel will be thrown up and be in comments and the like when that happens. So that's the plan. And also I want to bring back a few more Crossy's Corners, which is like my podcasty talk show type feature, which is me rambling at you a bit like this for 20 minutes, half an hour, which is something that I do a little too well, unfortunately. I find it too easy to sit and talk crap to a computer screen. So yeah, that's going to be the plan. A couple that I've got lined up. One of them is actually already recorded and will be going up by the end of this week, which is can you make a career from competitive gaming? The short answer is yes, and I will give you some tips on how, and also reasons why I haven't gone for it myself. And also because I did some work with FE Sport, who are the one of the biggest female gaming coverage sites out there, and we did some commentary work for ESWC 2014, the grand finals for the CSGO female tournament. And I'd like to throw up a Crossy's Corner, talking about how gaming has transformed as far as females go, how far it's come on. I remember a time sort of way back when I was supporting some of the first female-only leagues and doing commentary for them, and you were literally at the point of and there's two girls, they're spraying at each other, they're spraying, they're missing, and they're both having to reload. They don't know they've got a pistol, I don't think. Who's going to reload faster? This is tense. And the like, and let's put it this way, it's come on leaps and bounds from this point, and I'd like to just give you my thoughts on that before you see this has been a huge gender rant. No, I've always supported, well, let's put this really in a really brief summary. I don't necessarily support female gaming and segregating it, but I'm a massive supporter of females in gaming. And there's a little difference there which I'll touch on and explain when I throw this one out. And I think in order to get more females in gaming, there has to be female gaming in order to get the participation numbers up. But I'll give you my full description of that, and I might try and draw a fancy little diagram or a pyramid to show it. I've got like an idea. Whether I do that or not, we shall see. But yeah, that is in short the way I feel about that, and I would like to throw up a video showing my support and letting you guys know how you can get involved and again show your support and try and grow females in gaming and try and see a big push there. Although it's doing not a bad job itself, to be honest, without the help, so any little pushes we can give it along the way will know that just help the growth a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I want to say apologies for the lack of videos. As of the 7th of November, will I be able to get a video out on release date? Probably not. I'm sorry, I don't think I can manage that, but I might be able to sneak a bit of time over that weekend. So by the end of next weekend, we may well see a video or two starting one of the series, probably the Gillingham series, I would say, as that's the one I want to get the most momentum behind. So that's the plan. Try and get something up for that. Also got that Crossy's Corner about competitive gaming, which will be up before the weekend. Before this weekend coming, probably tomorrow or Friday, you'll be seeing that hit the channel. And aside from that, it's pretty much business as usual here for Eclipse Gaming TV. Going to try and get a few more videos up for you in the coming weeks, because I've realised I've dropped off the radar a little bit again, as I always seem to. So apologies for that, but hopefully you know what's going on and will stick with me. So thank you very much for watching. Any comments, feedback, things you'd like to see, throw them in the comments section or send me a message. I'm trying my best, as there's not a whole lot of them at the moment, to reply to every single one, and I'm definitely taking every single one on board if I'm not issuing you a personal reply. So yeah, please keep those coming in. I do 100% read them and love to get them, and I'm quite happy to take criticism as much as praise. In fact, criticism helps me more than anything, because as long as it's constructive, I can do things to improve the quality for you guys and to make sure you enjoy what you're watching, because recording these videos, I absolutely love it, and whatever format I do that in, then fine. If I have to do say one match in 5 rather than showing you every single match, not a problem, because it means I can sit there and play in my own time, which I get enjoyment out of for the first place. We're talking about Football Manager, for instance. So anything that you want to see that I can change, then again, let me know, and I will do my best to improve things going forward. But aside from that, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, then please do give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.